Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
Monday
Modesto.
Morning. Just Modesto today?
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world? Sorry, not important.
Nah, let's talk to Salida too. I like Salida.
Yeah, well, until we incorporate them into us.
It's the gateway to Tracy.
Is it the gateway to Tracy?
I just made that up.
I think it's more of a gateway to Antigua.
Well, yeah. It depends on which day and which direction you go.
I guess so.
Yep.
All right.
Made myself bleed.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, you just said you made yourself bleed.
Yeah.
Is it because you're getting old? Touch yourself all the time?
Stigmata, I think.
Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah.
What movie? That was the name of the movie, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty old.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Everything's talking about 1980s. I almost brought in a picture of me from the 80s.
Oh, my God. I wish I could find a picture of me in the 80s.
Well, of course, they're not digitized. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah. Oh, my. I just started thinking about that would be horrible.
Well, it's like, I was talking to somebody else, and it's like I did some commercials for the military and some other stuff. I was like, thank God that stuff isn't around.
Yeah.
Well,
the commercials for the military would be, wouldn't it?
Training
videos.
So, no, those are back in 80s, man, down to Camp Pendleton. I'm sure those were in the archive VHS format or beta.
Yeah, but they're still there.
I guarantee you they're not.
They don't throw away anything.
Sure they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they had to move probably to the new hospital, so they probably threw everything away when they moved to the new hospital.
Yeah.
Do we need to take this? No, burn it.
Scuttle it. Throw it off
that was some really bad.
Throw it off a ship.
Really bad stuff. All right, I guess we should get to what we talked about.
I hear the bond market's really rebounding, doing nicely.
Yeah, mortgage-backed securities are doing really well. I think a lot of people are still confused that when the Fed raises rates, it affects mortgage rates, which is coinky-dink if it does, but on average, all the Fed does is short-term rates. We talk about this all the time.
Overnight rates, credit cards.
Yeah, car loans, those kind of things.
Yeah.
The mortgages are tied to mortgage-backed securities. The bond market is how you can watch that. And we were saying once the Fed starts raising, we're going to see improvement in rates. And everybody's like, huh? And I said, yeah, that's basically what happens right now. Because the Fed was so far behind, the rates just said, we're going to go way up here because you're not doing anything. Right. I don't think you're going to do anything fast enough. Right. So they did. And so now they've been improving. And of course I'd have to quote APRs and stuff, but let's put it this way. I locked a conventional loan under 5 last week.
Yep. So. When you say under 5, you don't have to quote any APRs and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Fannie Mae rates are going to come out this week. Saying, rates are 4.875, 4.99 or something like that, Yeah. Or they'll come in low. So whenever Fannie Mae quotes a rate, that's usually with points. I don't know if you know that.
It's not a par rate.
No.
Yeah.
Is that like par 4?
It's part 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a pitch and putt.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Is that what
it doesn't hurt your back?
Yeah, I just gave that stuff up.
Yeah,
if you don't do it enough, it's really hard to keep good at it.
Boy, that's not the truth.
And I have to put down my drink and my cigar in order to hit.
John Daly doesn't.
Who hits for him?
Oh no, he does. He just whacks. They showed him the other day doing a one-arm swing, one-arm drive with a cigarette in his mouth, and I think a drink in his hand, and guy crushed it. He's the epitome of relaxed, take it easy, enjoy life to the fullest, and still do very well.
Yeah, there you go.
So natural athlete.
So what you're saying is golf is all about mental. It's other than that, it's not physical. It's all mental.
Yeah, you can get in your head.
Yeah.
There was a buddy I used to golf with, and I'd always say, do you breathe in or out during your backswing? And he'd look at me and go, no, I'm all screwed up, and just destroy his game. So much fun.
Dude, you're just rude.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you had money on the game.
No, that was before we started playing for money, the bingo, bango, bongo, and the skins and all that stuff. But it was never more than $18, really. So,
all right,
it didn't get crazy like the old some of the old people.
All right, so back to rates.
Yep.
Rates are improving. So I still have that October in my head where if you're going to wish you were in contract before then, because everybody's going to say rates are great.
Yeah, I'm thinking really October
great.
As well. The funny thing is, I keep reading, and I know you're reading it too, that our inventory is increasing dramatically, and I don't know where.
I would say outside of California.
You think?
I think in places like Texas, when they're like, oh my God, or these other places, a flood. What the heck's this? I liked your picture of the Teslas in water.
Oh, yeah. With all the chargers in water in Texas.
Yeah. Be careful plugging in today.
Yeah. Try not to stand on your car, touch metal. Oh, just don't charge.
Yeah. I think people are I know some people coming back from Texas. And I've talked to some other people coming back from Vegas.
Yeah. We talked about it last week. I mean, people are coming back to California. Why? Oh, the weather's kind of nice.
Yeah. Even, it was unusual this weekend up at the cabin where it's warmer up there than it was down here.
It was pretty warm here with cloud cover. I kind of felt coastal for a while. But it was still warm.
Yeah.
And did we get rain? We got rain. Did we get rain?
I don't remember.
Friday?
I think it was Friday or Thursday. One of those 2 days.
Yeah, I think it was Friday morning. We got some rain. Just enough to make me have to go wash my car. Didn't really wash it all off.
That would have to be Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday or something. I don't remember.
Why?
Because I washed my car afterwards. And
okay.
It wasn't dirty on Friday.
Well, it was one of those days. It was a day.
I guess we're keeping track. We're losing people.
Yeah, we are.
Because we're rambling today.
We're rambling. We don't have a lot to talk about today. Bond market's improved.
Anything last over the weekend? Anything new?
Well, property. I saw quite a few properties go in escrow this weekend. Meaning, they went pending. They'll open escrow this morning, but I saw a lot of pendings pop up.
Which means they accepted an offer.
It means they accepted an offer.
In case people don't understand the process.
And it also means there's a lot of activity. So some of the buyers are probably actually listening to us or listening to their realtor, who's listening to us saying, "Come on, less competition, fewer people to compete against. You're going to be able to get your contract accepted." A lot of times as written. It's a great time to buy.
Get some money towards closing costs.
Yeah. Do something.
Or towards repairs or this or that.
Yep.
Or, I think, what's his name? Who was the other guy that agreed with us, the big wig?
Dave Ramsey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think people listen to him and he's been saying it a lot more. And I think I don't always agree with him, but I agree with him on what he said about that.
Yeah.
Now is the best time to buy. And you're going to wish you did 5 years from now, 4 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah. When all your buddies have lots of equity.
Yeah. And it's amazing that we're still going up what we're going up. Because people keep, well, they're going to be a bubble. There's not going to be a bubble in California. There might be a slowdown, which what I mean is of appreciation because we're not selling over asking by 50 grand and 100, those kind of things, which increase the value so much more because they pay cash. And once that property closes at that value, that sells, that's the new value.
Yeah. And you get a small jog in interest rates and it causes people to panic and not buy. So then you don't have the competition to drive it up like it was. Mm-hmm. Now, like you said, I firmly believe that, like how I said, believe. It almost sounded like I was bouncing across the floor. But I firmly believe that in October, we're going to see a lot more buyers in the market because interest rates are going to be back, very, very acceptable. More people will qualify.
Well, if we keep going where we're going, even if we stay right here, everybody's in the 4s. Right. That's not a bad rate. We were only about 1% higher than when we were for a while there. I mean, because not everybody, yes, during the pandemic, people were getting really, really low rates, but also it was really hard to get your offer accepted.
Yeah.
So, most people were paying cash.
A lot of people were paying cash, and it didn't matter how low your rate was if you didn't get the house.
No, I'm just saying you couldn't get it because the competition of cash. Yeah. But I am hearing that at the auctions, a lot of these REITs are coming in and buying properties, or corporations are buying those properties over other people.
Yeah.
And they're paying way over asking. I should say way over the value to get them. Like they'll never sell them again. They'll just rent them forever.
Well, you saw what Zillow did. And I want to say it was probably 6 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, that they went in and bought a block of houses and then turned around and relisted them and drove the prices up. By listing them higher. They bought them at discount and then listed them higher just to move the needle upward. It was kind of interesting to watch. And people don't watch stuff like that because it's a large block of homes that really doesn't ever hit the MLS, the multiple listing system. So,
yeah. And the problem with that whole thing is, and you should look elsewhere for where homes are, like Realtor.com, because Zillow used the information they got from people searching in that neighborhood to go into that neighborhood and buy those homes. So
Right.
they used the information you gave them against you.
Right.
And that's just wrong.
Right. Disruptors. There's always a disruptor. There'll always be disruptors. So
well, they did sell all those homes to a couple people because they didn't do a good job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did increase the market in that area for a short period of time.
Yep.
They weren't flipping them right.
Realtor.com. A lot of people don't like it. It said it's harder to navigate. I don't see that it is. It might be glitchy here and there, but Realtor.com is pretty darn right on the money, because they pull directly from MLSs.
Right. And it's most accurate.
Well, and they don't have an algorithm that has every transfer in the county skewing prices. It's just solds on the real estate market. That tells you value.
Right.
An algorithm that can be tweaked by interspousal deed transfers and trust transfers and with no real sales price just skews the numbers.
I did not know they used all that.
Yeah, they just lump it all in. Every closing, every transfer of title through the county.
Well, and I don't know if it's changed, but I remember that they were shut off. Their feed from the MLS was shut off a long time ago when the Realtor.com was bought.
Right.
That company shut the feed off to them, and then they had to go elsewhere. I don't know where they would get their feed from. Is it the same place now? Do you know?
I believe it's the same place. I believe they're back getting their feed from the MLSs. I think there was going to be a lawsuit there. So I think they're back pulling from MLSs, but Zillow is also pulled from just county records.
Okay.
So that's why it's always so inaccurate. And because they want to stay high on the Google search, they'll leave a lot of old data still looking like new data. Had a buyer of mine call and say, I think I found my house, and gave me the address. Well, the house had sold in 2009 and that price range was perfect,
right.
But it was no longer on the market.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Just go to the right place. Go to Realtor.com, call your agents, talk to them, get with them. Hold on.
Yeah. See, yes. Zillow's
Yeah.
Chuck would know. He's a pretty smart dude. He also has a Peloton.
Does he?
Oh,
I have one too, but I haven't been on it in a long time.
I haven't been on it in a long time too.
Yeah.
You should see some of his output. Oh, I can't believe what he can do in 20 minutes. It's crazy. He's a stud.
There you go.
He's also 37 years younger than me.
Oh, okay. Give him that. All right. We keep going for nothing.
Yep. I think
Anything
we got
else
it.
you want? There's not a ton of news out this week, but there will be a little bit later on, and Wednesday and Friday. So I'll bring that up, the market stuff that I know about.
He says, no, he's not.
All right. Well, I thank everybody for being here today, and and thank you for watching, and thanks, Mike.
Hey, tune in Wednesday. We'll have some real good content. I'll make something up.
We do that all the time.
I know.
Yeah. Well, actually, we'll come up with some different stuff. You guys have a great day too, Chuck.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, make it a great day, and we will see you on Wednesday. Mike, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And everybody, thanks for your comments. And if you like what we do here, just subscribe and share.
Yep.